So now we're going to look at changing time signatures and tempos. So for the sake of this demonstration, let's look at Raise a Hallelujah. It's pretty easy to change time signatures in Ableton, particularly in the arrangement view. If your song is set to the same time signature for the entire song, this is really easy to do. There are some songs where they might throw in 2/4 measures, or if you're in a 6/8 song, they might throw in a 3/8 measure, these little half measures. But for this demonstration, let's use Raise a Hallelujah, and it's the same time signature all the way through. Now, Raise a Hallelujah is set in 4/4. So what I've done right now, I have set Raise a Hallelujah to be at 4/4 time signature, and you'll see it right here, indicated by these flags. Now, this is not our marker flags. This is different. These are our time signature flags. So you can change this to be whatever you want it to be, a 4/4, a 2/4, a 6/8, 3/8, 4/8, whatever you want it to be. But since the song's in 4/4, it's in 4/4. And we're going to start this song, and we're just going to hear what it sounds like in 4/4.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
So it's got your basic 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, and for a 4/4 song, that's correct. But since this is a little bit of a slower song, kind of a mid-tempo, a little slower, for a band to really stick together, you don't have your in-between accents. You just have your basic 1 accent and then your 2, 3, 4. So what we want to do is we want to change this 4/4 to be a 4/8. Now, it should have already been in 4/8, but I changed it to 4/4 so you can see the difference. So let's put it on 4/8 and let's start the song again and hear what it sounds like.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
So now you hear accents in between. You also hear a 1 and a 3. You hear a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that's going to keep your band a little more locked in together, a little tighter, especially on slower songs. Now, for a faster song like Not Be Moved at the beginning of our set, I would keep this in 4/4. And you can see I've already got it set in 4/4 right here. This little flag, this little indicator up top, it's already set in 4/4. So I can click start and just hear it in 4/4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right? Now, if I change this to 4/8, just for the sake of argument, it might be a little overkill because of the speed of the song.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, you can set it in 4/8. There's nothing wrong with that. But for the most part, 4/4 works for real up-tempo, upbeat songs. The slower you get, you might want to add in these accents like a 4/8. Sometimes you might want to be even more like a 2/8, but that's very rare that you'd want to do that. And then let's jump over to stronger real quick. Now, this is a great example of a 6/8 song that I have put in 3/8. Now, the reason I have done it this way is within stronger, within a song like this, there are a couple of half measures in the song. So what this does is this allows me to put the whole song in 3/8 and the half measures line up just perfectly. So if I put it in 6/8 really quickly, because this is a 6/8 song, and I start from the beginning, it works great.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You hear the accent on the 1, and that's it. You hear a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if I change this to a 3/8, what I'm going to get now is I'm going to get an accent on the 1 and the 4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I got to listen to that one more time.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So those accents hit a little bit more. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, that'll just help your band even stay tighter. And you can do that on any 6/8 song. It's not necessary in all 6/8, but it's super helpful on songs that either have half measures or you feel like the band's just not quite hitting the accents together. You can change 6/8 songs to be 3/8. Real briefly, I want to touch on tempo here. Now, this is not something we really need to do often. Now, there might be a couple of times where the song feels kind of draggy, but for the most part, we want to leave the tempos alone. So what I have done here for this set is we have tempo tracks set. Okay. Now these are just duplicated clicks. If you zoom in on it, if I open it up a little bit, you'll see this is really just a click that I have taken from the song, and I've just turned it off. I've muted it over here to the right. But within Ableton, what you're able to do is you're able to warp a section or clips of a song, and you're able to make that section be the leader of the tempo. So this tempo track, this whole line right here, this is making each song stay in its correct tempo. So for example, if I was to take this entire tempo section of Raise a Hallelujah and move this over here to Not Be Moved, I would then force Not Be Moved, which is 118, and I would force it to play it at 82. And that would be wrong. I don't want to play Not Be Moved at 82 BPM. But I could do that. I could force it to be that. But I'm not going to do that. So what we can do here is we can really leave this alone. We really don't want to edit too much. But for the sake of demonstration, I will show you how to change the tempo. So if I highlight all of the tempo of the tempo track, so like I did before we're changing keys, I'm going to highlight just the tempo track. Make sure it's open. This little window down here is open. And I want to look at my warp and my leader here. Okay. I want to change this to look a little bit differently. Now what I can do is I can unleader it. I can click this little yellow. You can see it thinking here. Okay. All right. And if you look at each one of these individually, you'll see a segment BPM. It's set at 82, and these are all now that since I've unclicked it, if I've clicked it now to be follower, it's not leading the tempo now. And you'll see that it's messed up. So when I start Raise a Hallelujah, it's actually trying to play it around 100. It's all messed up because I turned the leader off of each one of these. So I want to keep tempo leader on. Here we go, leader. Okay, so now all of my individual clips are correct. They're 82 because the segment, this clip segment is 82. This clip segment is 82. So I've set it to be the leader. It is now leading that whole section of that song or the whole song or just a piece of a song, whatever, at that tempo. So I want to leave that to be the leader. If I want to change the tempo, this is where it gets a little bit trickier. So I actually would need to delete. So let's do this for the sake of demonstration. Delete all of this tempo except for the first one. Okay. So say I want to do this song at 85 BPM. All right. So I'm going to highlight just this first tempo track, and I'm going to take it up to 85. I can do it right here either by typing it in, 85, enter, or I can scroll up and down until I find 85. Okay. Once I do that, I'm going to click leader, turn it off. Now I'm going to click leader again to turn it back on. Because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this little window right here to change tempos. Okay, so I'll do that again. I'm going to put it back on 82. Okay, I'm going to turn leader off. Okay, turn it back on. So now I'm back to 82, right? 82 right up here. This is important. If this tempo in the top left is set to 82. Let me do it one more time. Turn it back to 85. Leader off, leader back on. Okay, now I'm at 85. But I only have 85 set for this count in. So what do I need to do? I actually need to grab this tempo, into this tempo, and I need to drag it all the way to the end of the song. Let's go all the way to the end of just this song right here. Okay. So now I have a Raise a Hallelujah set at 85 BPM. So I can start the count in.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
So it's a little quicker now, but the whole song is set to the right tempo of 85. Now, there wouldn't be much reason for you to do this unless you were just feeling like a song was kind of draggy. For the most part, you can leave tempos alone. But if you ever needed to, this is how you would change tempos as well as changing time signatures.